Good morning, YouTubers. Today we start the project. This is actually day 7 on this truck. Day 1 I shortened the frame. Day 2 I took the drive shaft out, shortened that. Day 3 took the windshields out, cleaned that up. Actually went to a junkyard, picked up some parts. Day 4 I actually did a repair that we recorded, and then the battery died 80% through that repair. So then I had a dentist appointment, so now it's day 7. Giving myself 3 weeks to get this truck completely done, and we're trying to do it on a budget for less than $2,000. The premise of these repairs that we're going to be doing is someone can do it at home with a basic welder, just a flux core welder, just simple tools, not, have years of experience doing metalworking and have to make a bunch of complex shapes to do a repair. We're going to start by showing a piece of metal that I cut out of a 1990 Ford truck that is the same shape as what they used in '79, and how you can go to a junkyard, and even though they may not have any of these older trucks there, there's still chunks you can cut out of a junkyard and make it work for today's trucks, today's repairs. Okay, so here's a piece that we cut out of this cab. I got the entire roof. My neighbor actually gave this to me for free. But this is a 1990 cab. It's in rough shape, but this one piece is actually halfway decent. I wire brushed it down because it was starting to show some signs of rust here and there. And what I'm going to do is put this in and weld it right here to replace this rust hole that I've got started right there now. Now I could make this piece all up, but a lot of people at home don't have the benders to do this. So this is a quick, simple, easy way to get the part and get this fixed and move on to something else. As you can see, we've got the new piece in there. It lines up pretty darn close for basically 2 trucks that are 12 years apart. The seam lines up pretty good. I'm probably going to work on it a little bit more and try to get this seam over to there. You do have to do a little bit of kind of tweaking to it, but other than that, it does fit in there. I will have to trim, of course, the top of here off to make that even, but all of this will be hidden behind the trim anyway. You won't even be able to see that. So I'm going to go ahead, get this welded in, and then I'll be back. All right, we've got this all in. There's a couple of spots I'm going to go back in, touch up some holes here and there, but I've got it roughly ground down. As you can see, this took me probably about 20, maybe 30 minutes to put this piece in here. Plus I was able to do some rust protection in behind here while I had this opened up. This is a good simple way that if you don't have metalworking tools or very little metalworking skills, to make rust repairs like this. And it's important to stay on the projects, keep working on them. This piece down here, I'm going to do another video. Like I said, I started recording this, and then 3/4 of the way through, the battery went dead. But basically, this is just this piece here that I cut out of another cab and flipped upside down to put onto here. The white stuff you see is actually 5200. I like to do that when I'm using flux core wire on a long panel like this to help hold it, keep it from stretching. And not only that, if the weld doesn't hold particularly well, the 5200 will hold well. And even from the factory, this bottom seam down here, where the screws are holding it right now, I'm going to go through and just spot weld that all the way through. But they would use a seam sealer on there to help hold that to the cab. And in a lot of cases, when these rot out, that's the only thing left holding it to the cab. All the spot welds are rotted out. It's just the seam sealer that they put in there. Stay tuned. We're going to be doing more videos on using a 90s cab to make patch panels to repair this. I do have a bead roller. I have all the stuff to make the panels. I've made all these pieces before, but this, like I said, is a quick, simple, cheap project. I'm trying to get this truck done for under $2 grand. And trying to get it done quick because I've got the bicentennial truck I've got to do. I've got the gold truck that's out there that I've got to do, and I want to have all of them ready for 4th of July. So because it's, you know, springtime in Maine, you know, we can't move a lot of vehicles around, so I figured I'd get this banged out. So next video coming up is going to be the cab corner here. If you want to see more detailed videos on how exactly I do this, like how this gets lapped in there with the lapping tool, you know, let me know in the comments, and I'll, you know, break it down step by step, instead of just kind of showing you the highlights. But you know, there's a lot of videos out there on how to weld it in, but not a lot of videos on where to get one of these pieces from in order to fit it in there. So stay tuned for up and coming videos.